Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Del Williams. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Phan Thành Trí, but you can
Thank,
call me Terry. My English name.
thank you, Terry. Now, in the first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. First, let's talk about your studies. Where do you study?
Well, I study in the International University, which is situated in Thủ Đức, and
Okay.
it's not quite far from my house.
Okay, great. And what's your major?
Well, I major in business administration.
And what do you like about your major? What do you like about business
Well,
administration?
I think I'm really on about figures and statistics. What I mean here is that I enjoy watching news on the TV or on the social media, and I usually, take a very keen interest in those numbers
Mhm.
existing on the screen. So I think that's the reason why I chose that major.
Okay, great. Is there anything you don't like about the major?
Currently, not. I think I'm really enjoying my major.
Excellent. Let's move on to talk about art. Are you good at art?
Absolutely not. Honestly, with you, I'm totally hopeless at art. When I was in primary school, I used to struggle with this subject many times, and I still remember vividly the time I failed this test and I have to take it again.
Excellent. Do you think children can benefit from going to art galleries?
Absolutely, I think children can benefit a lot from going to the artistic classes because it can foster their curiosity and creativity. As you may know, art can provide people with many creative aspects around the world. So I think it's beneficial for children to go to the art classes.
Hmm, excellent. Let's move on to talk about paying bills. What kind of bills do you have to pay?
Well, I think most of the time I have to pay for the electric and water bills. That's the basic bills that every household have to pay. And I think um, apart from that, I have to pay some, you know, uh, essential costs for my study and lots of things.
How do you usually pay for your bills? In cash or by another method?
Can you say it again? I can hear you.
Sure. How do you usually pay for your bills? In cash or by another method?
Oh, well, I think most of the time I usually pay my bill through my phone. I think paying the cash is not really popular nowadays because we can have
Mm,
many modern apps on our phone, so we can pay the bills quite conveniently.
okay, great. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like for you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. But before you talk, you'll have a minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes,
Excellent. You need paper. Do you have paper?
yes, I have paper.
Pencil? Okay, here is your topic. I would like for you to describe some food or drink that you've learned to prepare. All right. Remember, you have 1 or 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when your time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. Today I'm going to tell you about the food that I learned to prepare. So this instant noodles. So it may sound weird because uh, I think you will know that everyone will know how to prepare the instant noodles. But unfortunately, when I was around 11 or 12 years old, I didn't know how to prepare noodles for myself. And I still reminisce vividly the time when my parents went on a vacation. I had to stay at home alone for a few days, so I had to prepare everything for myself. And at that time, the only food available in my house was instant noodles. So I had to learn how to prepare it without my parental guidance. At first, I used YouTube as a resource for me to learn about the ingredients and the preparation. And after a few times of watching the YouTube videos, I realized that I could handle it. And fortunately, everything went swimmingly and seamlessly. I could make really delicious noodles that was smacking. And I think making a noodle is like a new milestone for my life because in the future, when I have to live far away from my house, I have to live independently and have to repair everything for myself. So I think knowing how to make food for myself is essential to show that I can live independently without my parents.
Okay, great. And do you still make ramen now these days?
Yes, sometimes I make it.
Great. Can I have your paper, pencil, and booklet back, please? Okay, we've been talking about some food or drink that you've learned to prepare. And I'd like to ask you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. First, let's talk about young people and cooking. What kinds of things can children learn to cook?
Well, first of all, I think the most important thing that children need to know how to cook is the ingredient because it really matters what you put into that food. So I think first of all, children have to learn about the connection ingredients in the dishes because we cannot know whether that ingredients are harmful or not because when you put something is contradictory into your dish, it may cause food poisoning. So I think it's essential for children to learn the importance of ingredients.
Mm. You mentioned that it's important for children to learn the importance of ingredients because it can prevent things like food poisoning or something else bad from happening to the kids. Okay, great. But what kinds of things can children learn to cook? Let's think about food. What kind of food can children learn to cook?
Well, I think first of all, I can learn how to cook the basic food such as instant noodles or boiled eggs. I think they
Mm.
are the basic things that I have to learn first, and then I can move to some delicious food or some complicated preparation because the basic foods can help them to understand how to put ingredients into the food and how to prepare a good meal. So I think first of all, children need to learn how to cook the basic foods for themselves.
Okay, let's move on. Do you think it's important for children to learn to cook?
Yeah, absolutely, because it will instill the impedance into the children, because every parent they want their children to live independently when they live far away from the house. And parents in Vietnam want to make sure that children can handle everything by themselves. So, uh, knowing how to cook is the basic thing that almost Vietnamese children need to know first.
Okay, great. Let's move on to talk about working as a chef. How enjoyable do you think it would be to work as a professional chef?
Well, I think first of all, you will uh, gain popularity in many countries. I mean, if you are a professional chef, you will gradually gain uh, traction everywhere in the world. And it also creates many opportunities for you to travel across the globe. And furthermore, you also have many chances to expose yourself to a variety of gastronomy where you can improve your cuisine knowledge. And the final thing is that you can learn about countries, culture, and customs, and you will know how to cook a suitable food for that country.
You mentioned that you can learn about cultures and you can learn how to cook food from that country. Why do you think it's important uh, to learn how to cook food from other cultures?
Yeah, I think it's really important to bear in mind that every country will have their own culture. For example, Vietnamese people really like about tasty food. So if you cook something that is too bland or too spicy, that's not suitable. That's not a suitable food for Vietnamese people to enjoy. So I think every professional chef have to pay a lot of attention to this culture and cuisine to tailor to their customers' needs.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.